Man, it's always an exciting day when a new release from IFL Watches drops, and today is no different. This right here is their latest limited edition Casioak. It's available right now and it's incredibly cool. Let's jump in. So there's a good chance you've probably already heard of IFL Watches. They're well known in the watch space for creating hand-painted absolute masterpieces. They've been around for a few years now, dropping banger after banger. And if you're a regular here, you'll know that last year I featured their underwater-inspired Octo Casioak and absolutely loved it. But I think this might just go one better because, oh yes, oh boy, I'm not going to do it in the voice. But yeah, there he is in all his glory, the legend Mr. Mouse himself. This new model is officially and rather aptly named the Casioak DJ Willie. Willie, of course, being referenced to Steamboat Willie, the short film in which Mickey Mouse first made an appearance back in 1928. You know, the one with the whistling. You can probably hear it in your head just by looking at this picture. Anyway, you may or may not know that the image rights for Steamboat Willie officially expired earlier this year, meaning this particular version of the mouse was free and fair game for artists all around the world to get creative. And I mean, look no further than the ones at IFL, because look at that. We've literally got Mickey spinning discs, mate, right there on the ones and twos. The concept behind this is to show what Mickey might be up to today, and as such he swapped out steamboats for decks, following his recent escapade to space, of course. I've got to be honest, I'm very excited here because I love a bit of Disney myself. I grew up watching these films on VHS, remember those? And I enjoy it just as much today as I did back then. And of course, I love a G-Shock, so getting the main man Mickey on a Casioak is awesome for me. I'm loving the colourway on this too. The base model for this is the half metal GM2100CB-1A, which is a predominantly stealth model, so adding in the insane amount of colour we have here makes this seriously pop. The pink accents surrounding the bezel are certainly doing bits, but of course it's the dial where the real magic's happening. We've got a cool gradient from what I describe as a deep purple to a hot pink flashed across its face, with strobe lights beaming down towards DJ Willie, who's standing behind his booth, otherwise known as the watch's negative LCD display between 3 and 6. So cool, right? And the creativeness continues as you can see his outstretched arm is scratching discs at 9. Using the GM2100's day dial for this is absolutely unreal. Genius. Well played, IFL. The artists haven't stopped there either. When the lights get low, we of course have the usual lume and light doing their job well, but under UV light, well, just look at that. Multicoloured fluorescent paint is being used here to replicate the vibe of where Mickey's got the club going up on a Tuesday. What sort of music do we reckon Mickey's bumping? Dance? Hip hop? House? Would it be Mickey Mouse Clubhouse? I'll see myself out. But seriously, how cool is that? Something I've definitely not seen before. Of course, getting serious now, the design being built on G-Shock foundations mean we benefit from a whole load of durability with their world-renowned shock resistance and water resistance of 200 meters, meaning you could wear this to the club and not have to worry about knocks or drinks flying your way, as well as of course all that G-Shock functionality to go with it, including the likes of a stopwatch, countdown timer, alarm, calendar, the very cool hand shift function which allows you to move the hands out of the way of the digital screen, and this one boasts a battery life of 3 years, but if my other G-Shocks are anything to go by, it will no doubt last a lot longer than that. Dimensions wise, this one is obviously quite slimline when it comes to G-Shock and measures at 49.3mm in length, 44.4 in width, and is just 11.8mm thick, weighing approximately 72 grams. I always say you can never go wrong with a Casioak. The GM2100s especially are super comfortable in their own right, but as you can see, this particular model features a NATO strap, as opposed to the usual resin ones, which then takes those comfort levels to new heights. And speaking of new heights, I feel like IFL have absolutely smashed it with this one. I'm always super impressed by their releases, but the way they've incorporated the Casioak's features into this design is just top tier. Plus the use of fluorescent paint brings in something new entirely. And absolute side note, I've actually got a Disneyland trip planned with the fan for later this year, so this will definitely be joining me. If you're interested in picking one up yourself, as mentioned, these have just dropped right now over on IFL's website. I'll leave a link in the description down below. They're priced at €1,190 and are limited to just 150 pieces. So if you want one, you've got to be quick. So yeah, what do you reckon? As you can tell, I'm a big fan, but I'd love to know what you think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and I'll see you there. Thanks again to the team over at IFL and thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.